Gematria is precisely why the powers that be at UEFA had Juventus win its first Champions League match during this 1920 campaign at home against Bayer Leverkusen, the German club. It was, in fact, a scripted 3-0 victory. This was the first time that Juventus have scored more than 2 goals under new manager Maurizio Sarri. Why are Juventus playing against Leverkusen? It's Juventus that equals under 32 in simple A through Z 1 through 26 Gematria. It is Leverkusen that equals under 32. Now I want you to notice that the story of this game here was Juventus taking off offensively with Maurizio Sarri. It is Juventus that are going to end a 24-year Champions League title drought 24 years later after the 1996 final. 1996 and 2020, by the way, are both years of the Rats. Maurizio Sarri was a banker before he became a lower division manager on his career pathway towards becoming a big-time manager. It is banker that equals 51 and 24. It is Bayer that equals 51 and 24 when we're talking about Bayer Leverkusen. Juventus' first win in the campaign in which they end a 24-year Champions League drought was meant to happen against Bayer. This is why Juventus allowed the 90th minute scripted goal over at Atletico Madrid. You know what is also interesting too? When I look back at 1995-96 Juventus, they did not draw the first game of the campaign like they did against Atletico Madrid, but their first home game occurred in late September around this time, so this was the first day of October. Juventus, interestingly enough, in its first home game of that campaign, the year in which they won the game 3-0. And today, they also won 3-0 in its second game of its Champions League campaign. The goal scorers were in fact scripted today. Federico Bernardeschi, the Italian midfielder for Juventus, scores in the 61st minute. Bernardeschi equals 61 in Gematria. Gonzalo Higuain scores in the 17th minute. May have something to do with Buffon because 17 years after his first Champions League final loss back in 2003, the Juventus are going to win the final. It is Leverkusen that equals 42. It is Higuain that has Gematria 42, right? People are writing off Higuain. They forget he played with Ronaldo and Khedira at Real Madrid. They forget that Maurizio Sarri transformed Gonzalo Higuain over at Napoli. So this was the perfect reunion with Ronaldo and with Maurizio Sarri. The only thing he didn't fucking do today was put Paulo Dybala in the lineup. But hopefully we see that. We see Dybala and Higuain and Ronaldo up front. Maurizio Sarri is slowly transforming the Black Canary right in front of your own eyes. And all eyes are on Barcelona tomorrow, truly, to see how much they are ready to win the Champions League. Because one team made a switch on the sidelines, the other team kept the same recycled problem all over again. Interesting enough, the 3 numbers of Ronaldo and Bernardeschi and Higuain out of the 61, it is Liverpool FC, the winner of the Champions League, that has Pythagorean Gematria of 61. Last year's final was played on June the 1st. The jersey numbers have significance, believe it or not. It is not merely coincidental, but pretty much here this is highlighted. The 24 connects to the end of a drought this year. We saw how their first home win back during the 95-96 campaign was a 3-0 win. The powers that be at UEFA knew that Ronaldo likes to score a lot against these German clubs, so that's partially why Juventus were drawn against Bayern Leverkusen. Has everything to do with the beginning of a chapter, and that is the end of a 24-year Champions League title drought. And I think Juventus winning against Bayer Leverkusen is going to be some subliminal tribute to the 2010 Champions League final, because that was the last time an Italian team won the Champions League. When Inter Milan won the Champions League, they did so against Bayern Munich. I think that's another reason why Juventus had its first win during this campaign against Bayer Leverkusen. The best is yet to come for the Bianconeri. Juventus and PSG is looking even more likely. Your move, Barcelona.